Thank you.
So I guess it was, yeah, you go ahead. I guess it was 12 days ago. You guys were, actually, no, less than a week ago, you guys were getting blown out by West Virginia. And now, back-to-back wins, NC State, huge win over UVA. What's the difference? What's the turnaround?
I mean, we decided we want to turn the corner. And after that loss against West Virginia, obviously the first half of that game, we proved that we could play with them. And second half didn't go as that. We just want to get better, and that's what we did. We learned from that lesson, and that's how we're getting better now.
When Parantis went on his huge run early in the second half, what was it like going through that? You just kind of have to wait it out until he...
Just keep closing on high and make sure we just keep get a good shot on the opposite end and just keep coming at them. Just don't let them get an open shot, and that's what we did.
That's the first top 10 win here since 2011-12 season, I think. What does it feel like? Do you feel like the program is taking the step forward that kind of everybody was looking for?
Yeah, I think so. I can't really describe it. It just feels good. And, pull off a win like that, that's just incredible. And just to hear our fans just go crazy again, it's a great feeling.
What changed?
Kind of keep them off and keep focused.
Yeah, I mean, in the huddle, I told them, I said, look, this is not over. Like, this is a conference championship team. They made a living off of coming back, and every time I played them, I've either been up and late, and they bring it and cut it down and chop it down right when you think there's nothing you could do. They're really good at that, you know. So I just told everybody to stay a course. They're gonna make some shots, contest them, you know, and just keep playing hard.
You guys forced, I think it was 16 turnovers. I mean, how big was that to kind of keep the pressure on them? And I mean, how did you guys feel like you did in doing so?
Yeah, I mean, their offense is famous, you know, that twirl action, and we just had to just keep having ball pressure so they couldn't make the passes they want to make. If we let them run their offense, which is one of the best offenses in the country, they'll win. But if we control their offense with our defensive pressure and intensity, we have a better chance of winning. I didn't say we're going to win, we just had a better chance.
Is this team, you feel like, are you guys clicking right now? Like kind of hitting kind of where you want to be pretty much all around?
Yeah, I'd say so. We're just playing hard, and whether the result is good or bad, we said from the very beginning of this season, this year, that we're just going to leave it all out on the court. So, you know, it takes your soul. My voice is kind of going because I've been yelling and screaming. But, I mean, it took literally everything we had. And it was a hard turnaround playing Saturday and then coming back Monday. But, you know, we just stayed a course and we treated our bodies right and we just played as hard as we could.
To start the conference 2-0, you know, what does that say about you guys?
Oh, it's good. You know, nobody really pictured us being 2-0, but you know, we got to fight. It's 18 more games. It can flip-flop on you real fast, so you can't get too big head, you can't get too high, you can't get too low. So we're just gonna try to keep on going.
The atmosphere in the second half. Were you guys feeding off the fans there a little bit?
Yes, a lot of it. We're just trying to turn this whole program around, and the more people who come out, the more we appreciate. And there was a lot of people out there. Our students weren't quite back yet, but a lot of them came back for the game, and you know, we owe it to them.
It was less than a week ago where you guys had an hour and 45-minute meeting in this room after the West Virginia loss. So what's changed since then?
I don't know. I just say we're just leaving it on the floor, playing hard, taking really good shots, playing for each other. I know everybody in white will run through a wall for me, and I do the same. And I think we're realizing that. And with conference coming, it's getting harder and harder, and we're just grabbing tighter and tighter and embracing it.
Neither team shot it well in the first half. You were both like 36%. Did something change with what they were doing, you were doing, that shots started going in, or you guys just started making tough shots?
We were just playing. You just play in the flow of the game. They went on their run, but we went on our run at the same time. And we just tried to be in a fight. And we knew it was going to be a heavyweight fight. It was going to be big blows. Parentes was knocking down big shots, so we had to counter that with knocking down big shots and get stops in the end and finish possessions with a rebound.
What happened on that last UVA possession when Parentes goes inside? It looked like you and Shane were there. What did you see? What happened?
We went. He drove. I know Seth was guarding him, and Seth thought he was going to come off ball screen. He drove. baseline. So me and Shane just went up with our hands straight up like that, and he went into Shane's chest trying to get a foul. Thankfully, the refs didn't give him the foul because that would have been crazy. But he went into Shane's chest trying to give him a foul, and then he just dropped the ball, and Shane grabbed it, and that was the game. So.
You guys don't have Clark right now. You haven't had Met all year. You have some excuses to lose some of these games. How surprised are you, or satisfied are you to be 2-0 in the ACC?
We're underdogs already with those guys. We can have everybody, and we're still going to be an underdog. So we just come to the game with no pressure. We come to the game trying to play carefree and just take our shots and play great defense and finish possessions with rebounds and play harder than the other team, and that'll get us wins.
Congrats.
This is Coach's biggest half of his career here. Oh, also, hi, I'm Ava from the Washington Post. Nice to meet you. Good game. To get him that kind of win, that's got to mean a lot to you guys.
It feels great because we see all the hard work he's putting in, and we're putting in hard work too.
Screaming and stuff he does.
Yeah, and it really takes your soul to win games like this. To win in the ACC, it takes your soul, and you just have to finish possessions and finish games. And we finished the game, thankfully, and we just played really hard. We just came up with the W. Thank you.
It was less than a week ago you guys sat in this room and had an hour and 45-minute meeting after the West Virginia game. What's changed since then? It doesn't look like the same team.
We just played. I don't know what's really changed. He told us what we had to do, and we're just working, and we did it, and we went into the gym. We just kept working, kept our heads down, and just kept going. We kept our faith in God and just what we were doing, and we knew that the hard work would eventually pay off, so that's what we just kept doing.
Thanks, man.
So how was your night?
Good. I thought that I don't think when you play Virginia anything looks great. It's so hard to bend them to try to play any way other than the way they want to play on both ends of the floor. They're so rhythmic, the route that they want to play in. They're not going to beat themselves. And I thought the preparation by our assistants and then the execution level of our team in a short turnaround was as good as it's been. I don't, as I said Saturday, I don't think that we're good enough for it to be pure basketball. I think that it has to be more of a fight, pseudo basketball, because that's what gives us our best chance. And I'm happy for our guys. I'm proud for our guys. I wish that it counted for more than one win. But I think a lot of it has to do with, I said this to the guys on radio, I don't think that you can have such a shallow answer and think that the preparation from Saturday evening to Monday evening was why we won. I don't think you can just say that the preparation versus NC State was why we won. I think you have to have a bigger perspective and think about the habits that we've tried to build since we all got here. I don't think you can beat a Hall of Fame coach, a team good enough to win a national championship, just owing 48 hours of preparation. I think it has to be the habits that you've tried to establish from the beginning. Will Johnston, Christian Byer have as much to do with this win as the kids that played tonight. So,
any surprise from you in Zach Leday's three-point shooting? Is that something you've seen, or did he kind of pull that out of?
I've always thought that Zach could shoot. He would be top 3 in shots taken in the gym when a coach is not there since he's been here. I've never had a problem with him shooting. I honestly don't have a problem with KJ shooting, even though their percentages don't show it. Zach's got a heart of a lion. He's similar to some other people in our program that maybe for whatever reason have never received the acclaim that they feel as though they're deserving of. and they compete with an edge that you can feel that. And thought he was huge. Not only tonight, I thought he was huge with 12 rebounds against State. It's hard for us to take him out of the game. Obviously, losing Chris, there's minutes that we have to absorb, and I think he probably carries the brunt of that burden. But I thought he was big for sure.
Was that competitiveness most evident when he wouldn't give up on that one sequence on the glass and then kicked it out to Bibbs for the three?
When you watch him, Till, I don't think he's that good. His arms are longer than most guys his size. He's a maybe slightly above average athlete. He spent just as much time at the 5 as he has the 4. He has to play the 4 exclusively now because of Chris's injury. The only way we can sub him out is play Bibbs at the 4, which is a disadvantage in some ways. But he's just always around the ball. And he doesn't always make the right decisions. Sometimes he tries to do a little too much. But I think there's something about when you work the way he works, his peers are never disappointed, even when he tries to do too much, because they know how much he cares and they know how much he works.
You had not been able to beat a ranked team since you've gotten here. So for you to knock off the number 4 team in the country like this, what can that do to your efforts as you rebuild this young program?
I don't know. Obviously, I knew they were ranked. They should be ranked. I don't know that how we prepare or how we compete, regardless of locale or regardless of the number prior to their name, should change how we go about it. And I think if you're ever going to have a sustainable program like Virginia does, like other teams in this league do, I don't think that they necessarily look at it and go, wow, we beat a ranked team. I think they look at it and prepare to do the best they can and then figure out how to regroup and do it again. That may be the wrong answer. I don't mean that in a condescending way, nor do I mean it in an arrogant way. If they were unranked, it's still a good win for us.
When you think about West Virginia, you turned over a ton of times. I wasn't here for State, but turned Virginia over more than they're used to. Is it something you guys are doing defensive pressure-wise, and how big are then those transition buckets you've got out of that?
I told them that we had to have more shots than Virginia. I think that when you study their losses, and there haven't been many over the last several years, teams that they have lost to, they have shot under 40%. And I thought in the first half we were on a good streak. They had 9 turnovers. I think we had 5. But our turnover percentage, as I've said, in the games that you've been here, regardless of opponent, our turnover percentage has to get down because we need to get a shot with the potential to get an offensive rebound, with the potential to get fouled. And I think if there was one statistic to look at in those 2 games, to have 4 turnovers and to have 8 turnovers, typically that's what we have in a half, And so I thought that was really, really big.
Buzz, to start the ACC the way you have with the big comeback against NC State in this game tonight and ranked, I'm sure some of the guys know it. How much does that kind of just reinforce what you guys are talking about and, just the whole program that you're trying to get them to believe in?
Yeah, true confidence can only come from your work. That's a quote shirt, and I believe that. Maybe that's immature on my part. Maybe it's because of how I was brought up. Maybe it was because of my career path. And I don't say that to be Pollyanna. If you want to be good, you have to work. And I don't think there's a shortcut around it. I don't think that you win 5 ACC games the way Coach Bennett did in his first year at Virginia and then do what he's done unless you're working. and you believe in your work and you can execute your plan. A lot of people have a plan and they can carve out a niche within that plan, but you have to be able to execute it. And I'm thankful that we won. I'm not making light of it. I'm glad that we're off tomorrow. But we still have 9 road games and we have 7 home games. And I think when you've maybe endured, maybe is the wrong word, maybe persevered potentially is the word, but when you've been through what we've been through since we've been here, I think when you show up as David every day against Goliath, I think you just kind of have a demeanor or a spirit about you that, well, we have to fight again. And I'm not so sure that that's probably not the right approach to have in your life.